Hey friends, how's it going? Ash here. Welcome back to Extra Gents Scents. Hope that you're doing well. Today we're going to be taking a look at a fragrance from Calvin Klein, and it's this guy right here. Eternity for Men, Summer Daze. Yeah, it's good because they spelled it Summer D-A-Z-E. It's a play on words. You get it? You gotta be big brained to figure that one out. So yeah, Eternity for Men, Summer Daze. This one I bought from Fragrance Buy a little while back. At the time, I think it was like $24, $23, something like that I paid for it. It's gone up a little bit since then. Last time I checked on the website, it was around $28, but still sub $30, and you can still find it at other discounters for closer to that price that I paid. So in today's video, as always, I'll be showing you guys the presentation. I'll break down the fragrance a little bit for you, let you know how it smells, and let you know whether I like it or not. So let's jump into it. And I will have this one linked in the description, both where I got it from and if I can find it for a lower price from other discounters as well, in case you want to check it out. And don't forget, my friends, if you shop at maxaroma.com or twistedlily.com, use the code GENTS10 for 10% off. Let's check out the presentation. Here on the front of the box, you have a nice little beachy scene in black and white. You have the name of the fragrance, the name of the house, the size and concentration, 100 ml eau de toilette. On one side of the box, you can see that this has a vegan formula. It has ingredients from natural origin. It is formulated with naturally derived alcohol, and the packaging contains recycled materials. So this is a fragrance that's kind of keeping in line with that green aesthetic that a lot of different fragrances have had here over the past couple years. On the back of the box, you have that information repeated once again at the top of the back of the box, and it says it contains 87% ingredients from natural origin. You also have the ingredient list back there. On the bottom, you have your batch code and barcode. Batch code here is 2136. And on top of the box, it says Calvin Klein. And then we have the bottle, your typical Eternity for Men bottle styling. You have the Summer Daze flanker name across the front there. It has a nice turquoise color to the juice on the inside. On the bottom, a sticker, your batch code. And of course, the atomizer is built into the top. Let's go ahead and waste a couple sprays so you can see how it does spray out. It's a good atomizer. I mean, it's existed for a long time now and they've figured it out, obviously. So, Eternity for Men, Summer Daze. This one has a lot going against it, if I'm honest with you guys, as far as just my perception of the fragrance before I ever smelled it. It's an Eternity for Men, so cheap. Like we all know that, right? This is the type of fragrance that you're going to find at TJ Maxx or Ross's in the future for probably somewhere in that $25 to $30 range, $35 range. And of course, it's already inexpensive at discounters. It's a fragrance that, as I said, has the whole green idea behind it, where they're saying, oh, you know, naturally derived alcohol. The box is containing recycled packaging and vegan and everything like this. And I'm not saying that that's a negative thing, but what I am saying is that there have been fragrances that have come out in the not too distant past that have used similar ideas behind their marketing of the fragrance that have been absolutely terrible, just horrid. Stuff like Chrome Under the Pole from Azzaro, Nautica Oceans, things like that come to mind. So you do start to kind of worry there that this is going to be a fragrance that is just close to unwearable and almost made just for brownie points to an extent. But thankfully, it's not. I actually found myself really liking Eternity Summer Daze. Yeah, didn't expect it, frankly. I just threw this into my cart because I knew it was a newer release from Calvin Klein and I haven't gotten any Eternity Summer Flankers for a while. And so I decided, heck with it, I'll just throw it in there. And yeah, I like it. Now, to be clear here, it is definitely a Calvin Klein Eternity Summer Flanker. And what I mean by that is it doesn't smell all that complex. You know, it's pretty simple, straightforward, to the point. It doesn't really come across smelling natural. I know that you look on the box here, containing 87% ingredients from natural origin. Maybe you would see that and think, well, oh, that's pretty high. Maybe it will smell natural. No, it won't. But it does smell really pleasant. It's just an airy, easygoing summertime fragrance. It's got kind of a clean linen, airy, clean clothing vibe to it. When you first spray it on, you do get a good blast of orange, nice citrus opening, a little bit juicy, fresh, and then it does settle into this airiness very quickly. It has a slight melon vibe to it as it dries down. So that fruity sweetness, it stays, it just switches up. It goes from the orange to more melon as it dries. And that orange, to be fair, doesn't last very long on my skin. It has a little aromatic tinge to it. You got some mint in there, lavender. Again, very clean, very easygoing. As you hit the dry down, it starts to come across more like a clean white musk and then a clear woody sort of patchouli. So patchouli is in the base here, but it's definitely not your kind of earthy patchouli or heavy patchouli or anything like that. It's stripped of any of that. So you're not gonna have really anything here that's potentially divisive. The sweetness in there, especially through the mid, maybe wouldn't be to some people's liking. That sort of melon mixing together with like a clean clothing, kind of clean detergent vibe. Now I say detergent, I don't mean that in a negative way. So I don't mean that in saying that it smells, overly synthetic chemically. It's still very pleasant. It just has that kind of, that sort of cleanness to it. You'll get what I mean when you smell it. Maybe to some people that wouldn't be to their liking. But as I said, I think it's actually really pleasant. And I have found myself grabbing this and spraying it on from time to time, even though we're in the winter right now as I shoot this video. I basically completely missed the best time to review this during the spring, summer, early fall. Any of those would have been better seasons. But instead, here I am, middle of winter talking about it. But yeah, I found myself grabbing it and spraying it on from time to time and just really liking it. It kind of like throws me back to when I was younger, when fragrances could just be something like this, just something simple, something fresh, airy, clean, sweet. And you could spray it on and wear it and feel good about it without, thinking to yourself, oh, it's not complex enough. There's not enough evolution here. It doesn't smell realistic enough. It's this, it's that, it's this, it's that, Sometimes you get roped up in that, and this one has harkened back to when that didn't really matter for me. Now, as far as uses, of course, more of a daytime fragrance, and it is better suited for summer. Summer days, right? But you can get use out of this in spring and early fall as well. And it does have, to an extent, that kind of vibe because of the mint of a summertime fragrance that smells very refreshing in the cold, like right now. So that does also help explain why I've been wearing it a little bit. The mint, the orange, and that sort of musky melon works well. But the performance is not amazing. Yeah, you would probably expect that, and you would be right. It is, if we're stretching it, average as far as longevity goes, but realistically a little bit below average. That's off skin. If you wanted it to last longer, you could spray heavier or spray on your clothing. As far as projection goes, about the same. If we're stretching it, you could be positive and be nice and say average, but realistically a little bit below average. But with this being so affordable, so inexpensive, kind of give it a pass on that. Just spray it on heavier, reapply, whatever. Now, do keep in mind that this review and my feelings toward it are with me having paid the price that I paid. On eBay, I have seen some people asking like $75 for this. If you pay $75 for summer days, you're gonna feel ripped off. You're not gonna be very happy. I wouldn't be happy. With how many different fragrances you can get at that price point, or multiple fragrances adding up to that price point, that is a lose-lose situation. Don't do that at all. So you want to be right in that like $25 price range, maybe a couple dollars below, a couple dollars above. That's going to be fine. But if you start going up higher, you start getting like 35, 40 bucks, that's too much. All right, that will do it for me. Eternity for Men, Summer Daze, a pleasant surprise. All right, I am out of here. Thank you for hanging with me. Stay safe out there. See you again another day with another video. See you guys later.